Hello everyone, welcome to my first ever Unreal Engine project. I created this project a few months ago for my game development course. I had to base it off, well, the assignment called for basing it off of someone else's work, so I kind of had to stand on the shoulder of a giant. But that's kind of expected when you're starting off anyway, with such, complicated software. Anyways, this project was kind of an infinite matrix. Well, that's what the base was called, but I'll just show you the gameplay and then I'll go over the mechanics afterwards. So as you can see, every time I pass through a wall successfully, my score gets incremented. If I go through the wall and fail, I don't get any score and my health goes down. You'll notice there are floating things. These are enemies. If you collide with them, well, those fiery golden cubes, those are enemies, but the black binary balls, those are health packs. So it's a way for the player to, keep on going. The level also does get faster as you progress through it. So it's a nice way to keep the challenge difficulty up there. And I died, so you could click the restart button and keep going at it. But that was pretty much that. I'll kind of go over the basics of how the things were implemented, and then that will be it because it's not a very big project. So our player has a bunch of variables regarding movement speed and then its projectile, which you saw that was fired and you can destroy enemies. We get health and a score. We could go to the event graph, and every tick is what the way the movement works is we're just adding the forward speed every tick onto our current position. When we play, we set up our UI, and then these belong to the HUD that we have a reference to. We pass in the parameters that we want, and then the HUD will get updated. Then this is just movements from panning with your mouse. The enemy and the projectile aren't that complex. This is when we spawn them. It's simply a random, so they get a random point in the tunnel that they're spawning. This adds random rotation to that as well. And then when the trigger, which is the thing that viewport, the trigger, when this gets hit by the player, will cause the damage. Otherwise, despawn trigger, if the player does manage successfully to not hit them, then we will destroy ourself on the despawn trigger. You could see just destroy self if it's the player, right? We don't want to do it if it's a projectile. But then on the trigger, if a player is, well, first we destroy the projectile, but then we'll damage the player. We'll call the take damage function, or we'll check our health. If it's less than 0, then display restart. Health pack projectile aren't too complicated. They're not really worth showing. You could see this tunnel spawner, so We first spawn a tunnel object, and the way it works is that every tunnel that spawned when you hit its, let me go to the viewport, when you hit its end right here, its trigger, it will spawn another one. It will spawn another one, spawn tunnel at spawn point, and it will destroy itself. So that's kind of how we manage resources, I guess you can say, because we don't want to render things that aren't on the screen and don't care about anymore. We also handle a way to decrease score and update health, etc. with the wall here. I'd just like to thank you guys for coming and checking this out. Once again, this project was based on someone else's work, so I will leave the base project link in the description. Check out my other videos. I'll have more MP showcases uploaded in the near future, and maybe I'll even create devlogs for the final project that I'm working on. But other than that, I hope you guys have a splendid, marvelous day.